Today I'm going to show you everything you need to get started properly with Microsoft Teams. I'm Leila from xtlplus.com, and my team and I have been using Teams for over a year now. We switched over from Slack and we're not looking back. With Teams, you can communicate and collaborate in a single and secure location. You get messaging, online meeting, calling capabilities, live collaboration on files, native integration with Office apps, but also integration to many non-Office apps that you're currently using. So let me show you how you can get Teams and how you can start using it properly. You can get to Teams by opening any browser and going to teams.microsoft.com. Here you need to log into your business or educational Office account. Once you log in, you can get to Teams and you can use it over the web. But I recommend getting the desktop app for your workstation because it's much easier to work. You don't have to be in the browser. Just click here to download it. It's also available for Mac. You can also download Teams from the Microsoft.com website under Download Teams. I'm going to bring up my desktop Teams app. Now, if it's the first time you're using this, you have to log in. I've already logged in, so it's taking me directly to Teams. On this side, you have menu options. The one that you're going to use a lot is Teams. This is where all the action, the collaboration, sharing, everything happens. This Teams view that you're seeing is for an enterprise account. If you have an education account, you might see this view instead. You'll just have to click a team to get to the action. Now let's get back to the business account. Up here, you can see the teams that you're assigned to. So let's assume I'm a finance manager, I'm Excel Plus, and I belong to two teams. One is a management team that I share with other managers in my organization, and the other is a finance team that I share with my direct reports. So usually each team involves different members, and your view of the teams that you see depend on your rights. So if I log in with my account, I can see an additional team here called Team Leila, which is what we use for our everyday communication. Inside a team, you can have one or more channels. These are generally organized by topic. General is there by default, and you can use this as your main channel, but you're probably going to have different topics within the team that you want to keep track of. So for example, in the finance team, we want to track project and training conversations separately. What if we want to add a new channel? Well, all we have to do is go to more options here and add the channel to this. Depending on your rights, you might see different options here. So let's go ahead and add a channel for monthly reporting because let's say this is a topic we want to track separately. We don't want these conversations to be mixed up with all the other channels that we have. Go to Add Channel, type in the channel name. You can even add an emoji if you want. Just use the shortcut key Windows dot and add your emoji to this. You can add a description for your channel and update the privacy. Default is that everyone in the team will have access to this channel, but you can change that and make it only accessible to specific people within the team. In this case, I'm just going to go with the default and add this channel. Now we can keep conversations around monthly reporting separate to other topics. If you're the team owner, you can add members to the team. Go back to more options and add a member. You can search for people within your organization by just starting to type their name and then send a request to get them added. You can also add guests by typing in their email address. Once you're done, you can send a request. You'll notice if a channel has a guest by taking a look at the top right-hand corner. This channel has one guest. The management channel here has no guests, only people from the organization. If a channel is in bold, it means there is a conversation in there that you haven't looked at yet. Once you're in a channel, the main view is the posts view. You'll see all the different conversations that are going on, and you can reply to conversations. You can also give your feedback in terms of emojis. You also get the option to translate. So this text is in German. If I go to more options here, I can translate this. It's going to try to figure out the original language and translate it into my team's language. Translated messages have this icon right here. To show this in the original language again, go and select See Original Message. You can start a new conversation by selecting New Conversation. Just type in your text. If you'd like to add line breaks, use the shortcut key Shift-Enter. If you'd like to add more text and add formatting, click on Format. This is going to give you a lot of formatting options. In addition, you can add a subject, which is going to help your message stand out more. You can also add bullet lists, numbered lists, you can add links, you can even insert tables. Pick how many rows and columns you want, add your table to the message. If a message is important, you can mark it as important. You also have the ability to post this message in multiple channels. Just select your channel and click on Update. By default, messages are shown as conversations. You can change that to announcements as well. This makes it even bigger and more noticeable. You can give your announcement a headline, select the color scheme that you want, and even add a background picture. In this case, I'm just going to go back to conversation. Now, in addition to this, you can also @mention specific people to make sure that they are notified about this message. Just start typing their name or select them from the list. If you want to send everyone in the team a notification, @mention the channel name. Here you can use Enter without problems. Once you're done with your message, click on Send. Talking about getting notifications, if you're learning something new from this video, do hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel so you can improve your office productivity skills. Now, we both know that notifications can get out of hand. To manage your channel notifications, go to More Options, Channel Notifications. You can turn these off if you want or customize the notifications depending on how and when you want to see these notifications. Now, you also have the ability to pin important messages in a channel. So for example, let's say we want to pin this message, go to More Options and pin this. Pinned messages are going to get this green border and green icon here, but they will also disappear from view as more messages get added. To view all your pinned items, go to the eye icon here, so this information icon, and you can see your pinned messages on the bottom here. When you select the message, it's going to take you back to the original message. You can unpin items anytime, go back to More Options, and select Unpin. Now, in addition to sending formatted text like we saw before, you also have the ability to send attachments. You can upload these from your computer, OneDrive, or from Teams and channels. You can also send animated emojis. You also have the option to search for and add GIFs. So one of my standard ones that I use as my good morning GIFs with my team when I'm in a good mood is, for example, this one. Another cool feature is the ability to add stickers and memes. A lot of these are customizable. Just select the one that you want, update the text, click on Done, and you can send this through. Now I'm just going to remove these. Now, other things you can do from here is to schedule a meeting. You can meet now and have an online meeting right away. We're going to take a look at these in a second. You can also add a link to a Microsoft Stream video. So if you've previously recorded a meeting, you can add the link to that meeting in your other channels. Another cool feature is to send a praise to people. It's a nice way to say thank you, recognize people for their courage, or just tell them that they're awesome. You can type their name here, add a personalized note, preview it, and then send it. Okay, so these are the main features in Post View. Now let's take a look at Files. The Files tab is available by default for all your channels. Whenever you or other members share documents in chat, you can see them automatically in the Files view. You can also directly upload files and folders from here. You can add new documents directly from here. Any files you create here are automatically uploaded to the SharePoint drive for this group. You can collaborate live on a document here, and your changes will automatically be saved in SharePoint. This is great because you have protections as well as collaboration benefits. So let's say right now another team member is in this document. I can have a conversation with them right inside this file. Any changes we make to this file are automatically saved in SharePoint. Now let's say I'm done with the file. I just need to click close. If I don't want to make changes directly to this file, but instead I want to create a copy, I can do that by clicking on more options and copying it. I also have the ability to download a copy to my desktop. I can rename documents directly from here, delete documents, or pin important documents to the top. If you have a business account, you also have access to Wiki here. In case you have an education account, you see other tabs like class notebook, assignments, and grades. The purpose of Wiki is like a notebook. You can use it as a central place to share things you don't want to get lost in conversations. For example, best practices, important decisions, and the like. Every channel has its own Wiki. The project channel has Wiki in use, and they've even added links to special announcements and to other files. It acts as a central hub for important information. The best part of Teams is that you can customize your shared workspace by adding other apps. Now, these can be Microsoft or other third-party apps. So notice you have access to a lot of apps here. Now, the reason you'd want to do that is so you don't have to leave Teams to get to your other apps. You have one location where you can access everything. So let's say you use Trello to keep track of your projects. You can add that specific board from Trello directly in here so all your team can access it. First, you need to log in with Trello. Then you need to select the board that you want to share with your team. Let's just add the to-do here and save. This is going to add the Trello board directly in here. Now, your team members will have to log into Trello for authentication, and then they can work with this board directly from within Teams. If it's hidden, click on the More options here, and you can see the board. If you're using Microsoft Planner, you can add that as well. Select Tasks by Planner, use an existing plan, or create a new plan, and click on Save. Now, there are some great apps in here that you can use. So for example, Poly or Forms, Lists, and so on. You can also directly add files as a separate tab to this. So for example, let's say there is a specific Excel file that you want to make available as a separate tab. Select that file. This is a file that I've already uploaded to my files drive, and save. Now, this file is available as a separate tab in my project channel. You can also rename these tabs. Just click on them and rename. Now let's take a look at how we can start meetings in a channel. I'm going to go back to Posts view. To create an online meeting with everyone in a channel, click on Meet. If you meet now, you're going to create a meeting right away that everyone in the channel can see and join. You have the ability to toggle your camera off or on. You can adjust your background filter. So if you have some distractions in the background, you can blur it or select one of these images. You can also upload your own custom images. I'm just going to take mine away and then select the correct audio. I'll put myself on mute here and then join now. This is going to make the meeting visible in the post area so that everyone can join. Now, what you can also do is send a request to specific people and ask them to join the meeting. Now, there is a lot about meetings, and I'll make a separate video about this, but one of the important functions here is the ability to share your screen. So click on this icon and you get to share your desktop. You can share specific windows or a PowerPoint presentation. I'll just click it again to go back to our view. You also get the ability to chat with the participants and get their feedback. They can raise their hand. You can also see the participant list from here, and you can also record your meetings. So click on More options and start recording the meeting. Now, recorded meetings are going to get shown in the posts, and they're going to be available from Microsoft Stream. Once you're done with the meeting, click on Leave and end the meeting. I'm just going to put on my awkward goodbye face and end. Now, in addition to being able to meet right away, you can also schedule a meeting. Just give your meeting a name. You can then add required attendees as well as optional ones. You can also pick your channel. So I created the meeting in the general channel of finance, but I can also change it from here. Once you've added the information to the meeting, click on Send. The meeting is going to show in the posts, but it's also going to show in the calendar of the people in the team. If I click on it now, I will see the details. I'm going to see the link to the Microsoft Teams meeting, which is right here. I can update the meeting information from here, or I also get to cancel the meeting if I want. I can also see this meeting in my calendar. So if I go to calendar view, I scheduled this meeting for 6 p.m. I can see it right here. This is synced to your Exchange account. It's going to have all your meetings in one place. You can manage them from here or from Outlook directly. Now let's take a look at Chat now. Here you can have private one-on-one chats or group chats with specific people. Now this helps reduce the amount of emails that are sent around. To search for someone you haven't chatted with yet, click on New Chat. Just search for their name and add them. You can also add multiple people and create group chats. Anything that's related to a team topic, though, should stay in a team, unless you need it to be private, because the last thing you want is to manage multiple chats and multiple teams. Now, I'm just going to remove this person and just chat with Chris. Here you have the same messaging options that we saw before. If you're typing too much back and forth, you might as well have a video call or an audio call. Now, any files that you share with a person are going to be inside Files. So if I go to my chat with Leila, under Files, I can see any files that we've shared together in the chat. These are saved to your personal OneDrive for Business. You can see all of these files if you log into office.com, go to OneDrive, under Shared, Shared by You. You can also see the files that has been shared with you directly in OneDrive as well. Now going back to Teams and managing chats, you have the ability to mute chats if you don't want to get notifications. Go to More Options and select Mute. If you don't want to see the chat at all, you can also hide this chat. To bring back hidden chats, just type the person's name and the chat is going to come back. I'm going to go and unmute this. Read receipts are turned on by default in Microsoft Teams. You're going to get a check mark on your messages to show that it was sent. Then when the message was read, it's going to shift to an eye icon. Your IT admin has full control over this feature and they can turn it on or off for all users. But they can also allow you to control it. Go to your profile pic, under Settings, go to Privacy. Here you can see Read Receipts. So if your admin has allowed it, you're going to be able to toggle this off if you'd like to disable it. Now, since I'm in Settings, let me show you two great things. Number one, under General, you can switch to Dark Mode or High Contrast Mode. My team prefers Dark Mode. I prefer the default. What about you? Let me know in the comments. Under Notifications, you can control how often and how you want to get notified. You can also decide on the type of notifications you get for these different types of actions. So for chat, meetings, and people. Let's say you want to keep your eye on a specific person and you want to see when they become available online. Just add them here and you're going to be notified whenever they're available. You can turn this off whenever you want. You can see your own availability by taking a look at your profile picture, your icon up here. If you're in a meeting, because your calendar says so, it's going to automatically show as busy, but you have the ability to toggle this. Go back to your status and select available, for example. Now, there is a lot that goes on in Teams. How do you keep track of important content? Well, you can bookmark or save messages. This is a great time saver for me because I can spend hours looking for a message. I'm going to save a message from my previous chat. Remember, I made it visible, but it disappeared again. That's because I have to actually unhide it to make it stick. To keep it here, click on More Options and select Unhide. So let's say this is a message that I want to save. Go to More Options and select Save this message. You can save messages from chats and also from Teams. So if I go back to Team and I want to keep this message, go back to More Options here, save this message. Saved messages are available under your profile picture here under Saved. You can see all of your saved messages. Click on any of these and it's going to take you directly to that message. To unsave a message, click on this icon and it's going to take it away from your saved messages. Saving messages is good so you can go back to important messages. But how do you keep up with the activity that you missed when you were away? This is where the Activity tab comes into play. Here in Activity, you can see the summary of everything that's going on. If you have a red circle, it means you have a new app mention or reply that you haven't seen. Any activities you missed are going to be in bold, followed by the latest activities. You can use the More Options here to filter for a specific type of message. You can also filter by specific text. Now, the search box here has multiple purposes. It can search for a specific text or a specific phrase. You can also send direct messages to someone from here. Just start with @ type in their name, and type the message. This means I don't have to switch to chat view and find the person to send them the message. I can send that message directly from search. You can also pick from a list of commands here. Just start with a # and pick or type a command. To filter for unread messages, just type in unread. To change your status from available to do not disturb, type in a / and DND. That changes your status to do not disturb. In the Calls tab, you can see your contacts, your history of calls, and you can quickly call any of the team members. If your company has a calling plan, you can call any number by dialing it from here. Now, calling can also be done from multiple places. So if you're in a team and you want to call a specific person in that team, just hover over their name and call them directly from here, either a video call or an audio call. Under Files, you get to see all the files you've recently worked on, regardless of whether this was in Teams or outside Teams. You also get to see your own private OneDrive for Business. One last thing, if you belong to different organizations with the same email address, you can switch your organizations by clicking on the organization name here and switching. If you're using a different email address for the teams of another organization, you have to sign out of Teams and then sign back in with the alternate email address. You don't have to install another Teams, no matter if it's education or business. Just sign out and back in with the other email address. This sums up our overview on how you can use Teams. I hope it helps you get started with Teams fast. Now, I also suggest you get the mobile app because it's much easier to keep track of conversations there. If you learned something new from this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up before you leave and consider subscribing if you enjoy the content of this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.